Okay, let's talk about something that is fundamentally changing one of the world's oldest and most important professions, engineering. We're talking about AI, of course. This isn't just about some new software or a fancy new tool. It's about a force that is completely redefining what it even means to be an engineer. So let's get right into it.
Look, if you're an engineer, you know exactly how big of a deal AutoCAD was. It completely changed the game. Well, the shift we're living through right now, it makes that look like a minor software patch. Seriously. We're not just talking about a new tool here. We're talking about an entirely new way of thinking and working.
And just to be clear, this isn't some sci-fi prediction about the future. This is happening right now, today. According to the McKinsey Global Institute, AI agents already have the technical chops to automate tasks that make up almost half of all work hours in the US. The change isn't coming, it's already here, and it is moving fast.
So for our first section, let's really try to get our heads around the massive scale of this AI revolution and what it actually means for the day-to-day world of engineering.
That 44% number? Well, that's really just the beginning of the story. The picture gets way, way bigger. Once you start to factor in robotics working hand-in-hand with these AI agents, that number just jumps to a massive 57% of US work hours. This isn't a small ripple in the pond, it's a full-on tidal wave of change.
Now look, a change this big can feel, well, a little intimidating, right? But it absolutely doesn't have to be. So in this next part, let's reframe how we think about this. Let's stop thinking of AI as a replacement and start seeing it for what it is, an incredibly powerful co-pilot sitting right there next to you. So what can this co-pilot actually do for you? Well, think about all those time-consuming, repetitive, but totally necessary tasks. AI is a master at those. It can automate the routine CAD drafting, which frees you up for the bigger, more complex design problems. It can run and optimize incredibly complex structural load calculations. And this is the part that just blows my mind. It can generate literally thousands of design options in the time it takes you to go get a cup of coffee. This is all about cranking up your efficiency and unlocking a level of innovation we've just never seen before. Okay, so AI is an amazing tool, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, that's what it is, a tool. Now we're going to talk about the most important part, the crucial, absolutely irreplaceable value that only a human engineer can bring to the job. And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. You know, an AI is brilliant at optimization, at raw calculation speed, at chewing through mountains of data. But can it take on professional liability? Can you hold an algorithm accountable if a bridge fails? Of course not. Can it make a tough ethical call, or build trust with a client, or navigate the messy, ambiguous, real-world problems we all face? No way. Those things, those are uniquely human. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The American Society of Civil Engineers said it perfectly. An algorithm might be able to optimize a truss design, but it cannot stamp the drawings. That responsibility, that judgment, that hard-won experience, all of that rests with the professional engineer. The key thing to remember is the human is and always will be at the very center of the process.
So let's break down what we really mean by judgment. First, you've got navigating ambiguity. You know, what do you do when the environmental report says one thing, but the community stakeholders need something else entirely? An engineer has to balance that. Second, ethical reasoning and courage. An AI might spit out a solution using a cheaper material that barely squeaks by the safety code. It takes a human to have the courage to say, nope, public safety is number one. And finally, there's empathetic engagement, actually understanding the people, the community, that's going to use the thing you're building. AI can't even begin to do that.
Which brings us to our final and honestly most important section. This whole thing isn't a threat to your job. It's a massive opportunity. So let's talk about how you can actually leverage AI to take your career to the next level.
Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. This is the question that's on everybody's mind. With all this talk of automation, it's a totally fair question. So let's tackle it head-on, not with feelings, but with some hard data. And the good news? It is really good news. Research from McKinsey shows that a full 70% of the skills engineers use today are going to stay essential. Yeah, sure, about 30% of those skills are going to shift or evolve as we bring these new AI tools into the mix. But your core expertise, your problem-solving mind, your professional judgment, that stuff is not going anywhere. It's becoming more valuable than ever. And right here, this is it. This is the single most important takeaway of this whole conversation. Let this one sink in. Engineers will not be replaced by AI. They will be replaced by engineers who know how to use AI. See the difference? It's not about you versus the machine. It's about you leveraging the machine to become a better, smarter, more powerful engineer.
So the future really does belong to the people who can adapt. The question isn't if AI is going to change engineering anymore. That ship has sailed. The real question, the one you should be asking yourself, is how are you going to use it to become a more efficient, more creative, and more valuable engineer? The challenge is here, without a doubt, but so is the opportunity. The only question left is how will you adapt?